Let's call to order the February 14th, 2023 regular meeting of the Harrison Planning Commission. If we could all rise for the pledge.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Shannon, if you could take the roll for us, please.
Mr. Graff?
Here.
Mr. Nyer?
Here.
Mr. Wilson?
Here.
Ms. Knock?
Here.
Mr. McMurdo?
Here.
Has everyone had a chance to review the minutes from January 10th, our last meeting?
Yeah, Wilson would approve the minutes as printed.
I'll second. Mr. Wilson?
Yay.
Ms. Knock?
Yay.
Mr. McMurdo?
Yay.
Mr. Graff?
Yay.
Mr. Nyer?
Yay.
Okay. I notice we have visitors. Erica Black from Blackbird & Co., Casey Ramey from the local Neon, and Andy White from White's Realty on our list. Welcome. Okay. Welcome. We don't have any old business, but we do have new business. First is Blackbird & Co. Hair Studio. Shannon, if you could read the Planning Commission report, the staff report.
Thank you, Mr. Graff. The business is requesting to relocate into the downtown. Obviously, that needs to be approved by the Planning Commission. The company is called Blackbird and Company Hair Studios. Intends to use the building at 227 Harrison Avenue to provide a full-service hair salon, along with a wide variety of hair products, clothing, jewelry, and fashion accessories for sale. The applicant will be bringing over 256 active clientele, offering haircuts, styling, hair coloring, chemical services, waxing, and makeup services. Hours of operation will be Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. with 4 employees on the site. Your document shows the layout. It is a 2-story brick building with apartments above, no required landscaping, parking, and no lighting proposed. The signage is shown. She would have a window decal hanging sign, and an existing arm on the building would be used for a sign running perpendicular to the building. This was a previous salon. The previous tenant moved. We did get a call from a downtown business. We did get a call from a downtown business stating a concern about having another salon in the downtown. I think this may be the 6th. However, the Economic Development Department of Building and Zoning thinks it's an appropriate use, and it's a situation where we do not want to get into the habit of picking and choosing who is going to compete, as long as they are an approved use. The application does meet the criteria for Downtown Redevelopment District, which includes barbershops, beauty salons, pet grooming, and similar personal and pet service shops. If this applicant is approved, staff would recommend the following conditions. All waste associated with the business shall be disposed of using residential-style waste containers. Any dumpster that is used in the future shall require Planning Commission approval and must be screened per section 1177. Any future structure, interior or exterior improvements will require a building permit presented to the Building and Zoning Department for review and approval. Any outside design changes, such as painting of the building or trim, will require a zoning permit filed with the Building and Zoning Department approved by Planning Commission to ensure they are keeping with the historical nature of the Downtown Redevelopment District. I believe the applicant is here. If you'd like to say.
Great. Hi, you guys. I'm Erica Black. I grew up in the Harrison and West Harrison area. I am looking forward to having the opportunity to provide Harrison with a boutique and a salon all in one. My love for the small town is large, and I can't wait to get back to the community again. I started my career right in the heart of Harrison early on when I first started volunteering for hair and makeup services for a project called the Cinderella Project, where we give the dreamlike prom experience to girls from all walks of life. After that, I continued to build my clientele in Harrison, and eventually, 10 years down the road, I've still built up my clientele, many of which are residents of Harrison. I'm super excited to offer the community a place in their hometown to go pick out outfits, accessories, and styling products. Instead of having to go to the nearest retail store, being a local to the area, I can remember if I wanted a last-minute outfit, I would have to drive to the mall to find something. I want to provide the women of this area with the opportunity to go right down the street in their own backyard. I feel as if I can bring a lot to the community, not only with the foot traffic, but I want women to feel beautiful and have a place that they can feel at home. And I feel like at Blackbird and Company, you're gonna have a chair there, you're gonna have clothes, you're gonna have accessories, and you're gonna have a warm smile. You're gonna feel welcome. And that is my biggest thing that I want to bring to this community. So, do you guys have any questions for me? If not, I really appreciate your time.
The only thing I'm concerned about is parking. Would your employees be parking on the street or behind the building, or?
Yeah, so Todd Smith is the man who I will be leasing the building from. He has provided me with parking in the back of the building. He owns the parking, I guess, back there. And then he said that after hours, the bank is also a place where my clients can park if they would have to, that it becomes public parking after a certain time of day. There's also public parking on the street and then across the street near the fire department.
Actually, the bank has a restricted number of spots all day long.
Yeah,
The balance of the parking is public parking. The
Perfect.
entire day.
awesome.
So would you, I mean, this is on the opposite side, or, I'm sorry, looking at the wrong application. This is on the same side, so, would you have a rear entrance, or would they have to come through the alley to the front?
So the guests would have to come in through the front building. So they are preferred to park up in the front in the public parking in that area. The ladies that I will have working with me, they will be parking in the back. So there is a rear entrance that Todd has provided for us to be able to go into.
Do you have any concerns being one of multiple salons?
No, honestly, so I have, again, been doing hair for 10 years. The girls that I'm bringing along with me are established hairstylists as well. So I myself have a clientele of 256 people. I'm a more the merrier kind of person, but to say I'm established, I'm bringing in those people every 4 to 6 weeks. So 256 people coming in my door every 4 to 6 weeks. That includes the other girls that are coming as well. So again, we are more than happy to bring people into us. But as for the majority of my clients live in Harrison already. So I've been bringing them to other places besides Harrison. At this point, I was an independent contractor off of Harrison Avenue for the last few years. So I'd like to bring them back home. I want to get them here. I want to get them into those other stores as well. I feel like there is a lot of potential down there. And I can support other women. Those salons, I want them to thrive just as much as I want to thrive.
I would move for the approval.
I'll second. Mr. McMurdo?
Yay.
Ms. Knott?
Yay.
Mr. Wilson?
Yay.
Mayor Nyer?
Yay.
Mr. Graff?
Yay.
So thank you guys so much. I look forward to doing a lot of good things. So thank you.
Would the mayor get a discount? Just curious. I'm just curious.
I already have a stylist, and she doesn't charge me.
All right, next on our agenda is zoning and use approval for 228 Harrison Avenue, the local neon. We could have the staff report for that one.
Sure, thank you, Mr. Graff. The applicant is Casey Ramey for 228 Harrison Avenue. Mr. Ramey does own that building currently. Basically, the applicant intends to open a tavern with outdoor entertainment in the rear called Local Neon. The applicant, Casey Ramey, and his wife Jennifer currently own the adjacent business in the district called Pika Baby, offering ultrasound pictures for couples and other for sale items. The proposed new establishment will provide a more traditional ambiance by offering fare and tavern food, as well as a selection of domestic draft beers and alcoholic beverages. The applicant states that the Local Neon will be a clean family environment fitted with a billiards table and various electronic gaming machines. I think we may have mistakenly put the intended hours of operation in here, but I think that the applicant can speak to that in a moment. You may recall that this building used to be used for a historical items for sale building. There is no landscaping except for the courtyard at the rear of the building. The applicant will be using for live entertainment, and any landscape there will be maintained in accordance with the Harrison zoning regulations. No additional off-street parking is required. No outdoor lighting is planned, and a sign package was not submitted but will be reviewed by the Building and Zoning Department when submitted. The recommendation, the application meets the criteria of the Downtown Redevelopment District, permissible uses as outlined in codified ordinances that include restaurants, pub, ice cream parlors, or coffee shops without drive-in facilities. Additionally, the application meets the intent of the Entertainment District, which was approved by City Council for the DRD in 2018 and outlined in chapters 1143. As you may recall, the intent of the Entertainment District was to get restaurants with alcohol. The Entertainment District approval provided 12 of those liquor licenses, and if this is approved, the Economic Development Department will write a letter to the Ohio Board of Liquor Control confirming the applicant meets the required zoning and that the city supports the business receipt of a liquor license from the state of Ohio. Also, if the application is approved, staff would recommend the following conditions. All waste associated with the business shall be disposed of using residential-style waste containers. Any dumpster that is used in the future shall require Planning Commission approval and must be screened per section 1177. Any future structural interior or exterior improvements will require a building permit presented to the Building and Zoning Department for review and approval. Any outside design changes, such as painting of the building or trim, will require a zoning permit filed with the Building and Zoning Department approved by Planning Commission to ensure they are keeping with the historical nature of the downtown. And any future signage will be submitted to the Zoning Department for review and approval. And I believe the applicant would like to say something.
Oh yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody for your time. My wife Jennifer and I are happy to invest in our city, and we're looking forward to just adding something, to add to the city. As far as I guess the theme of the tavern would be, it's a clean-cut environment. I mean, it would be suitable for women and shopping and wine to enjoy, as well as an after-work crowd. So we're going to keep it clean, keep it classy, and just provide kind of not completely upscale, but not low scale by any means. So it's going to be a nice, clean environment.
So I have two questions.
Yes, sir.
One, it says no outdoor lighting is planned, but with that patio area, I know I've seen it before, it's open air.
Yes, sir.
We do have restrictions about light shed on down there neighboring properties. So just be aware of that when you go to light that area. And then second, if you use that area for outdoor entertainment, we do have noise curfews.
Okay.
So be aware of those.
Yes, sir.
Those are the only two comments I have.
Did you want to speak to the hours? I kind of skipped over that because I think we had them
would
wrong.
like the hours to be, pardon my interruption, we would like the hours to be 7 days a week. We're in, I recall an email going out a couple of weeks ago about maybe extended hours being discussed after New Year's Eve, and I wasn't sure what the outcome of that conversation was, if it was still 12 p.m. or 12 a.m., I'm sorry, or if it had been extended, I believe.
Yes, they've been extended on Fridays and Saturdays till 1 a.m.
Perfect.
The other nights are 11 o'clock.
Okay, wonderful, yes. Well, then I would like to utilize the full-time slots available then, 7 days a week. whatever fits the, allotment.
Can't open before 5 AM, however, I have to warn you.
Yeah, well, sometimes, yeah, but I'm usually up before then, so, yeah.
I was just curious, I didn't see any sort of like kitchenette or like kitchen area that you were going to be.
Yes, utilizing for that, and that's going to be addressed, with our options of food that we're serving, as far as like, for the fare we plan on offering, we could take care of with, a couple, grillers, like the roller dog grillers you would see at like, or in air fryers, that could just be set, with a, on the, cooking surface when one's provided. It would be, I'm assuming on the back counter there, as in the drawing goes.
Okay.
But on the back side of the building there, you'll see some storage area. And as we kind of get traction here, all of that is subject to change with approval. So, as the menu could possibly change, we could possibly serve food out of the back area. The concept that we would kind of like to go with the backyard, I don't know if you've been to Hamilton a lot, and they have kind of like the same ambiance we're trying to achieve with like the backyard bar and grill, where they have, outdoor, just sitting picnic tables and things like that. So it'd be, along those lines.
I think this is gonna be great.
Thank you.
Obviously, the plans that we always present for these are very rudimentary in nature, and they have to submit a full set of drawings, and plans have to be reviewed before they're approved, so.
Yes.
This is just back of the napkin kind of.
Yes, very much so, yes, sir.
Yeah, just my curiosity.
Yeah, thank you. Great, perfect.
I'll make a motion to approve with the conditions stated.
I will second it.
Mr. Wilson?
Yay.
Mr. Graff?
Yay.
Mayor Nyer?
Yay.
Mr. McMurdo?
Yay.
Ms. Knott?
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Best of luck. Best of luck. Okay, and then finally, we have zoning and use approval for 514 Harrison Avenue, White's Realty. If we could get the staff report for that.
Yes, the applicant, Andrea White. The business location will be 514 Harrison Avenue. The intended use is a real estate business that would be relocating here from 225 Harrison Avenue. This new space would allow the applicant to entertain clients during district events as well as regular office hours, and real estate closings would prompt clients to spend time and money in the district. The hours of operation will be Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and appointments by request from 9 AM to 5 PM with 1 to 2 employees on site. This is a building, 1-story, previously used as a residence, a total of 1,036 square feet. If you take the restrooms and the storage space out, that leaves 764 square feet of usable floor space. There is a courtyard in the rear of the building, which the applicant will be using to entertain clients. Any landscaping will be maintained in accordance with the Harrison zoning. There is some private parking available in the rear. On-street parking is available in front of the building, of course. There is no additional outdoor lighting planned. The applicant intends to use the signage from their existing business at 225 Harrison Avenue for this new building. All signage placement will be reviewed by the Harrison Building and Zoning Department for compliance. You can see on the third page there is a sketch of the building and the approximate location of where the sign would be hung. This application technically does not meet the downtown redevelopment district permissible uses, which are outlined in Harrison Codified Ordinances, section 1143. However, the section also states in C6 that other uses as determined by the Planning Commission and City Council be similar to those uses may be approved. The Economic Development Department's primary goal is to attract restaurant and retail users in the DRD and Entertainment District to increase foot traffic for all businesses in the area. If this application was for property within the area from 100 through 400 blocks, the Economic Development Department would probably not recommend approval because those blocks represent the core of the commercial area that benefits the most from daytime, evening, and weekend visitors. However, the department will sometimes support select uses like this that would take properties beginning in the 500 block that were previously used for residential and then to be renovated for commercial uses. While this applicant is not considered a retail use in its purest form, The applicant has stated that in addition to their retail office, they would be selling classic historical paints in this space. Additionally, there have been several approvals of businesses within the DRD that do not meet the typical approved uses or retail or restaurant use, but still add to the vibrancy of business activity in the area with quality restorations and that create a growing pattern of quality mixed uses and interests. Some of these other businesses include the Gathering Place at 611 Harrison Avenue, the Chesapeake Accounting Company at 532, McDonald's Corporation Office at 527, and Whitewater Wedding and Events at 231, which is open by appointment on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Finally, the relocation of this real estate office from co-shared space at 225 Harrison will allow the Little Fern Shop located there to expand to make use of the vacated space. This is a great plus for a true retail business in the heart of the DRD. Therefore, the Economic Development Department supports this application with the conditions below. All waste associated with the business shall be disposed of using residential-style waste containers. Any dumpster that is used in the future shall require Planning Commission approval and must be screened per section 1177. Any future structural interior or exterior improvements will require a building permit presented to the Building and Zoning Department. Any outside design changes such as painting the building or trim will require a zoning permit filed with the Building and Zoning Department and approved by Planning Commission to ensure they're keeping with the historical nature of the downtown. Any future sign will be, any future sign changes other than the one that they're bringing will have to be submitted to the Building Department for review and approval. And the business will maintain a display of paints that are available for retail purchase. I do want to make note that I attended the February 9th Downtown District meeting. And there were several merchants there who stated they did not support a real estate office at this location. However, there were several others who said they supported it for the various reasons I mentioned above. Again, I just want to state that we as an Economic Development Department support this because it does change what we want to see down through the DRD become commercial. And we think because this building in itself has very limited window space, very limited floor space, that it probably would not be conducive for a retail user at this location.
And by moving there, it is opening up a space that is directly involved with the DRD
That's correct.
It's retail.
to make that better.
That's correct.
Would you like to, the applicant like to make a statement, say anything?
Don't be bashful, you got 10 minutes to say whatever you want.
So I'm Megan Boone, and this is Missy Burton. We're both realtors, and Andrea White, or Andy White, is actually on the phone because it's her daughter's birthday, and they're out for her daughter's birthday. So she sent us, and we're here to answer any questions you guys might have. And like I said, she's on the horn here. So, you guys have any questions for us?
Can you hear us, Andy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Did you want to say anything to them?
We have questions, yeah.
Did you have any questions?
You said that most of your things are by appointment. You don't have that much walk-in traffic, or do you?
Well, we're hoping we will have walk-in, you know, if we're there and we can establish where they can come, you know, but we will be there working. And then we'll have closings that are, it just depends on when the closings happen. And, you know, people are happy when they buy a house, so you can go down to the Dora District and celebrate.
I sold real estate for 40 years. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, good.
I would move for the approval.
I'll second.
Mayor Nyer,
Yay.
Mr. Graff,
Yay.
Mr. Wilson,
Yay.
Mr. McMurdo, Ms. Knott.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You guys got one of my favorite drawings, so.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. She had a long letter she wrote here, and she's excited to give it its life back. Yeah. So.
Just out of curiosity on this one, do we need city council approval as well?
I believe so, no.
Okay.
You have the authority to approve anything that's listed in that code section and things that you believe are appropriate.
Because the way it's written here, it says determined by the planning commission and city council, so it's probably an
That's
or.
incorrect. Yeah, or, yeah.
Should be an or, shouldn't it? Or didn't we change that to just say planning commission at one point?
I believe we changed it to just say planning
Planning
commission.
Okay. We'll make sure we're not
However,
stepping
things,
on bounds.
however, things can be taken to council.
Right.
A motion for adjournment.
Ms. Knock,
Yay. Or, yeah.
Mr. McMurdo?
Yay.
Mr. Nyer?
Yay.
Mr. Graff?
Yay.
Mr. Wilson? Yep.
Congratulations on